All right, guys. Good afternoon. Thanks for coming. Certainly excited to get this 2024 season kicked off. I think we've had a great preseason camp. I think our team is taking shape over the last couple of weeks and really starting to hit our stride here. And obviously, with week one, lots of challenges that come along with that, the newness of everything, the new season, new players, new team. But this group's been hard at work since mid-January and pretty confident in where we're at right now, and just want to make sure that we have a great week of practice here and preparing for what I believe is a really strong, well-coached Duquesne team. I got a lot of respect for Jerry and his program, and early in my career recruited the Pittsburgh area, so I'm very familiar with these guys and how the emphasis that they put in football and developing people the right way. So we're looking forward to a stiff challenge here Thursday night and getting this thing kicked off in front of our home crowd. So with that being said, willing to take your questions.
Obviously, with it being week one, there's not film out there on teams yet, but you mentioned kind of that familiarity. What do you know about Duquesne and what you can expect next Thursday?
Yeah, I mean, I think the staff's been together for the most part for quite a while. New faces on defense, but they play efficient offense, built around the quarterback who's a good player. High pressure situations on defense. Throw a lot of different looks at you, different fronts, and some multiple in their coverages. And they've aided their roster, like many people have through the transfer portal. And it's a very veteran team. I mean, I think there's 15 or 16 maybe graduate / senior players that are starters. So I think it'll be a confident group and a team that I think will, and I think this is probably true across the board, right? Somebody in our team is going to play against the best player they played against that they will play against all year in this game, and maybe not at every position, but somebody's going to have that challenge. So, we have a lot of things that we have to take care of on our end. We have an offensive line that has 0 career starts under their belt. We have a new quarterback starting. We're replacing a first-round draft pick at corner. We have a lot of newness ourselves. Even though we have a great familiarity with one another, we haven't played another opponent yet. So, a lot of things you got to handle in-house, and then, some other things obviously you got to worry about your opponent and prepare for them.
Are there any injury updates that we should be aware of heading into week one? I know it's all Luke on crutches at Victory Day with Paul.
I mean, I think we have a new process here in the Mid-American Conference that we have to announce on game day, who's injured and who's not. So I guess we'll just wait till then.
Speaking of that, what do you think of those new reports? Is that a good thing for integrity, or is that just another sign that we've completely lost the plot and everything is about gambling?
I think that it kind of cleans the picture more maybe for the student athlete. I mean, hopefully that deters everybody from direct messaging, text messaging, and trying to get any insider information from players and coaches that probably isn't as important as people think it is anyways leading up to games. And I think there's a level of transparency there that I'd get a kick out of every pregame that every GA and assistant coach on every other team is sitting there with a notepad waiting for guys to come out of the locker room and checking who's in uniform and who's not. Like, if you just wait 25 minutes, you'll know. So I think that, yes, I think it's a good thing and certainly something I think that would hopefully clear the picture up for everybody.
You guys may be the only team in the country that has returned 0 career starts on the offensive line. How encouraged are you by I know you have some transfers, a lot of depth from previous years. How encouraged are you by the way the lines come together?
Yeah, excited for those guys to be able to go out and play together for the first time. I think we have a good defensive front, and I think they have to block some really good players every day in practice. And they've done well. They've done good as far as from the standpoint of from January putting that into spring practice, taking those 15 opportunities, trying to have a great summer and really work on some deficiencies there, and then putting together in preseason camp. So I know there's an element of toughness there. I know there's a want to, there's a desire, there's a grittiness there. It may not be perfect all the time, but I'm encouraged where they're at, and I'm excited to see them guys go play.
To piggyback off that, I think you mentioned that you've gone through that process before. What was that process like, trying to find 5 guys that gelled well together on both sides?
Yeah, hopefully it's different this year than the last time we had to do that. The last time we had to do that, we played a game, I believe, against Stony Brook out here, and it stormed the entire night, and the game, we only played 2 quarters of the game, and the game didn't end up counting, and that group only got to play like 30 snaps, and we had to go play Arkansas the next week, who had 3 or 4 draft picks on the defensive line. So that was it's probably where a lot of these gray hairs came from that week, preparing for that one. But yeah, hopefully this group gets the chance to get into a rhythm and get lots of snaps under their belt Thursday night and goes and performs at a high level.
You mentioned the newness that comes into week one. Over the years, have you found anything that you kind of gets you excited about what week one provides for the team?
Yeah, I'm just excited for them. I'm excited for them guys to get out and hit somebody else. I mean, we've had a very competitive camp, one that's, highly competitive from, the older guys going against the older guys all the way down to the freshmen going against the freshmen. So you want to have the opportunity to go and see if your work has been really good. We think it's been really good. We don't know until, we actually get out there and compete against somebody else. And I think we're excited, and I'm excited for that opportunity for these guys to show what they've been doing. And, and then there's another element of what has been put down on paper and what the videotape shows, and then going and fixing some of the mistakes that will probably be made next Thursday. So that part of the process is exciting for me, and that's why you coach. But, yeah, really just encouraged and excited to watch these guys go play together.
Is there anything that surprised you through fall camp, whether that's someone you didn't expect to kind of come into this year as good, or positionally, just what surprised you through fall camp?
We had perfect weather. We had no rain other than the first day. We had temperatures somewhere in the high 60s to the low 80s every day. And, those big guys, they don't like to get out there in the heat and practice in the heat. So I'm good. I can get out there and stay in the heat, but those guys don't like that. So I'm happy that it was perfect weather the entire time. So that's the most surprising thing.
Any more questions?
I got a couple lighthearted ones, if that's all right.
Lighthearted questions.
That's fine, yeah.
Okay, let's go with some
Like that
lighthearted
first thing,
questions.
obviously tonight high school football kicks off in this area. Do you have a best favorite memory from your high school days?
My high school days?
Yeah.
Man, I think first and foremost, it's game one, right? Like it's, whether you're in the NFL, whether you're in Pop Warner football, game one is exciting. That's everybody goes through this process through the offseason, puts in work, and wants to go out and have a great first game. And so much respect for the people in the city of Toledo here and the coaches that we have in our area. I think there's some great coaches. Some of the better teams in the state of Ohio are right here in our backyard. And, excited for them guys to go play and have an opportunity to get their season kicked off. And, not only any personal memories of that. I mean, there's lots of things that, that I would probably go back to, but just the excitement of game one and going through what we're going through, really.
Yeah, and then earlier this week, you would have a golfer. There was a report, there was a study that came out that ranked you third. I think your handicap is about 5.6 among our college coaches across the country. Your thoughts on that, and what's been the best part of your game over the summer?
Man, my handicap is my swing, and that the things that prohibit you to play are a 7-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 3-year-old. So I don't get to play as much as I maybe used to, but all for a good reason. But still like to get out there and compete a little bit once in a while. And, whoever's 1 and 2, whenever they're ready to play, I'd love to play. So just tell them to reach out.
Are you surprised that you're ranked third amongst all pros?
Well, I mean, there's technology that actually ranks these, and there's actually scores. So I guess you can't really argue with that. I mean, it's kind of like a football record. Lots of people say they're better than us, and they didn't win 11 games last year. So there's really no argument there. There's actually a record for a reason. So if you're third, you're third. You just got to get better, I guess.
Swing is good, it's just where the ball lands.
Yeah. It's a how many game, not a how far game. So the goal is to still get that ball in that hole. So.
Any more questions? Serious or lighthearted? Any of the above?
DA would love to talk about his golf game too. Yeah.
Yeah? Well, Anthony Torres, he looks like he can.
I was gonna say, who would be your dream foursome on the team then? Go out and play with.
Oh, man. Well, every specialist thinks they're really good, which is probably because some NFL kicker or punter is really good because they have a lot of money and they play a lot. So these kickers and punters think that they're on that level, which is probably not true. So there's probably some easy pickings with one of them. The quarterbacks are probably fall somewhere similar to that range. I'd probably pick the O-line or D-line. I mean, that'd be a good time. After 4 or 5 holes, it may be a little annoying, but it'd be good for the first 4 or 5, right, DA? So, but no, I think we have a good group of kids. Anything that any of those activities would be fun with any of the guys. Dream foursome, I'll take Gleason, Torres, Butler, and Alexander. How about that?
What about coaches? Do you have a coach foursome?
Well, I could probably give you who you don't want to play with, probably more than maybe what you would want to play with, but we'll save that for a later date.